no, listen. I just had this thought, and it's been in my mind for a while now, right? It's been in my mind for a while now, and I think I kind of got it down to a point where I can explain it without really going into details or anything like that, because I get what the energies are. I get what we are trying to manifest on people's behalf. I kind of get why I move the way I do once I start paying attention to the things that we are still, sad about, right? We're still kind of sad. We're sad that we aren't able to be seen for who we are in every capacity, right? It's like, we are seen, we are heard, we are respected, but it's like it's levels to that, right? It's levels to even be invited into certain spaces and time. So, but it's this like thought that I keep getting, or this stance that I keep seeing when it comes to real commitment and dedication, and what we are, representing ourselves as being an organization, or being someone that more so an organization, right? Or I won't say a gang. But I'm just saying, but being an organization, right? So when I think about, the things that we are covering, and the things that we are like trying to make sure that we aren't, really exposing things, why is it that people aren't, accepting of right over left, right? Because right over left really brings. Good morning.
Good morning.
I would People are always showing up at the most inconvenient times, guys. Anyways, so when I think about right over left, right, and the things that we are really covering, this is just my interpretation of it. It's like, why is it not more energy put into covering what really matters, right? Because at the end of the day, when we are left over right, we have everything exposed, we have everything exposed, meaning the in-depth meaning of everything when you're left over right. And that's where it gets this disconnect of what truly matters, and why we are really in this energy of trying to allow for everyone to see what it is and what it isn't. Because when you think about the things that we are exposing, being left over right, it's everything. It's like, it's not even just like your marriage or your commitment to your organization or anything. It's the whole entirety makeup of it all. So it's like, that's why I be trying to really figure out why we don't accept the right over left energy when we're covering what we are supposed to be covering. We are in the energy of doing what we are supposed to be doing, because of the knowledge of knowing what the commitment and dedication and the real drive is. Because when you have everything exposed, you aren't truly, cautious, unless it is the opposite. And if it is the opposite, then that's where we are getting to the human race yet again, because we can't allow for everyone to be left over right when we need the human race to be what it truly is. So that's my thought, guys. And I was like, let me bring y'all to work with me. Look, I'm just, doing my little thing. I'm just doing my little thing. We doing 3 a.m. latte in the party room. And I had this thought, and I kept thinking about it for a while now. I'm like, I don't really know what the energy is when it comes to that, like per se, because I mean, when you think about everybody that, I don't say everybody, when you think about the organizations that really is keyed on seeing things in a certain manner, especially when it's leftover, right? It's like, I don't really think that they are really grasping the things that is being paid attention to, because when you really see it as a means to identify what matters to you and the people that surrounds you and the people that you are bringing up or you are influencing, it's like that doesn't even really make sense on the face level of things. And then when you go in depthly with it, or you really get into the crevices of it all, and you see that, yeah, we are very much exposed right now. Like, this is a exposing type of energy. This is we're not committed to anything but what has already been, supposed to be the sacrifice of it all, right? And that's like, whoa, because it's scary, it really is. And I don't like it very much, the leftover to right, if I'm being quite honest, because like I said, it keeps you in this energy of exposing, not actually covering what truly is supposed to be covered, no matter how you try to see it. I mean, when we look at, same-sex relationships or whatever, you want to be the protector, you want to be the provider, you want to be the person in that relationship that, can be called upon whenever, however. So it's okay to a certain degree, but like I said, then we get right back to the human race and what we aren't covering when it comes to the human race. Because I said, it's just like, marriage is just like, you can be married to anything. You could be married to God. You could be married to another person. You could be married to money. You could be married to anything. But what are you really, committed to? What are you really covering as being the person that is in this committed relationship, no matter who it is? And when you really think about all the things that we are exposing when we are left and right or left over right, it's like, I don't really want to be a part of the leftover to right organization based off of not like comprehending what is being exposed when we're in this energy, like deeply. So, happy Wednesday to you. But that was just my little thought this morning, because I was like, I'm going to figure out a way to, bring that message to the forefront so that it won't continue to be all confusing, right? Because we're in this energy right now. It's not even about saving the human race per se, but it is about really recognizing the things that we keep just like saying, oh no, it's okay, because the money speaks for itself, right? If we're in this leftover right energy and we bringing in the bands that supports that energy, then we won't see a problem in it. We won't see that this we are exposing, we are sacrificing everything, even the entirety of the race. That's very challenging for, everyone involved in a particular situation. So, I'm just doing my job. I'm in here, trying to stay busy, trying to stay, out the way. But that's what I was really trying to, that's been on my mind for a while now. I'm just like, everybody is, and more so everybody is, the ones with the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin, that's where we get the Bitcoin from, because it's like, we're just exposing everything, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. That's why that's why I really was rocking with them, because I thought that we all understood it, from this angle. And maybe we do, but maybe we don't. And that's where it's like, well, you speak up and you be who you are and you do what you need to do and continue to be true to yourself. Understand that, you don't have to be in that energy to grab the bag. You don't have to be in that energy to really be in that, space and time, because it's bigger than that. Even when it comes to the collaborations with people, I'm not saying like nothing, I'm not saying you shouldn't want to collab with people and whatever, but sometimes you really need to find your own groove. You need to really see what matters, because not everyone is right and not everyone shares your perspective on things. Like that's a real damaging type of energy to be in. But hey, what do I know? I've been just working all the time, paying attention to the things that needs to change when we are trying to make it appear like we want more, right? When we want more, we have to change these ways of being. We have to change. We have to see what it is and what it's not, and what it has been for a long time. Like a long time. Then we understand like the bag that supports that energy. But what do you give up for that bag? What are we sacrificing? And if it was just on the individual type of level or frequency, or a family, if it was just like mediocre, I probably wouldn't even speak on it, if I'm being quite honest. But it's damaging to the whole makeup when we are still trying to make it seem like we need to collect energies and bodies to fulfill this purpose, when that's not really true. It's about you really actually seeing that you've been doing too much magic for too long. I heard somebody say they showed somebody how to grow a flower in the dark, right? That's that leftover, right, energy. We can bring life through the darkness, which it makes sense when you really understand, like we were created through darkness, right? We come out the womb and it's very much dark and wet and watery within our whole makeup and our whole creating of the human body. So it's not like totally like, what the fuck, oh my goodness, that's so demonic and blah blah blah. Like there's But yeah, but it's not like it's demonic or anything like that. It's just, but when you not see that, okay, it's time for a change. It's time for growth of this. We need to really be advanced with how we are approaching this. Now, it can't just be, we are mass people and we are in this energy of trying to dictate things based off of what the bag can do. Because if the education was there, the bag, it will be right over left. I'm just being honest. It really would be. And that we will stand in that. We will be sure in that. We will be confident in that, regardless. And that's where religion comes in that too. And all the people that is embedded in religion in a certain manner. Because I don't need to sacrifice my faith to just gain something in this material world. I don't need to sacrifice my marriage just to jump in the bed or, jump in the car with someone else. I don't need to do these things to be seen and be heard. So, but I just got a text from somebody and I'm just like, Jeez Louise. And I'm too nice of a person because, I would say yeah to that message. I would say yeah, why not? But come on, man, what is going on with you? I should read the message before I make a judgment. But I'm just doing my job. I'm not tripping on anything or anyone, and, I be like, ooh. We all got a little bit of that racist energy swirling in our are divine beings, huh? We all got a little bit of that little bit of taste of racism that just be swirling up in there. I mean, it's really bad. It's really bad. But like I said, right over left is how I look at it, right? I'm not wrong, but I could be misinterpreting your stance in that, whole leftover right energy. I could be misinterpreting your stance, not the whole collective. Say, I would do anything for you. Anything for you. You are my love. Let me just put a second coat in here. Yeah. I mean, it gets better though. I feel like it will get better once you really just start to see that, man, that shit is so played out. Like, and the only ones that really is still holding on is the ones that is, the ruckuses, or they are the plantation owners, right? They have been raised by that. They really remember what it was like to have that control and that power. They really remember why grandpa and grandma and uncle and auntie sat us down and taught us about being some really strange individuals. They remember. So since they remember, that's why we still are in that energy, and why that energy still feels like it has some type of stance. But I'm telling you what I know. Yeah. And yeah. What did it mean when I kept saying get the fuck out, right? It wasn't like get out, leave Earth, and then, cause more problems. I mean, we have brought to reality of a lot of people and a lot of different organizations that our ancestors are still very much present, and they are still working on our behalf, even though they are no longer here. So if we have that embedded, or we're trying to embed that we are recycling ourselves over and over again, and nobody truly gets to leave, then what are we really doing other than causing problems when we don't want to see what's the true meaning of life, and how we can, really move things forward for the whole collective, not just, left over right or right over left, but the whole entire collective. Human race. The human race. The human race. Oh, let me see. I would do anything for you. So, y'all like my little message this morning? I'm just saying. I don't be trying to be right. I be always thinking like I could be wrong, but when you really see it and you're living it, it's really hard. Yeah, I'm not doing much today. My house is freaking destroyed because I was being like a lazy shit last night. But, and I hate being woken up in the middle of the night. Like, that's like one of my biggest issues with certain energies, being woken up. Like, don't wake me up about stuff that doesn't really truly matter. Like, y'all be crying and then be pretending like I'm talking to myself. Say, I will do anything for you. No, just think about, just look at everybody. You can even do an individual. Look at, if you're in the stance of left over right, even as an individual, what are you sacrificing? Like, what do you give up to be in that energy? Because it's not money. We get that. Money, the money comes. The money is easy. But everything behind that is like, everything is exposed, like in a real way. A real way. It's like, why are we so potent in this energy like that? And then you look at the individuals, it's like, I would do anything for you. Anything for you. Man, I don't got time for that shit. But yeah, that was just my little thought. I wanted to share that thought with y'all. Maybe you guys could, through the grapevines, let me know why I'm looking at it in a different manner than what you guys actually have the meanings for, right? I don't take away from not being fully educated when I am given my perspective on any topic. I could be wrong, is where I always try to, give that leadway, that if I am not totally 100%, on target with what I am delivering, you have the ability to counteract what I am saying with more facts and details of how this is beneficial for the entire collective. Because for the entire collective, when you see the things that it's exposed being in a certain energy or in a certain stance, you see that it's not really, the way of life or the way of things needing to be, for the upcoming generations. Make sense? I hope it does, right? So anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, okay? Have a good day. I mean, I will see you guys one day this week, maybe this weekend. I gotta clean up today. I gotta do stuff. I'm like, I'm kind of busy. I'm busier than I be thinking I'm gonna be busy, but it's okay. Being busy isn't a bad thing, and being smart isn't a bad thing either. But don't expose things and don't be sacrificing things for the bag. I feel like a lot comes from the bag, the big bag too. It's not a little bag, it's a big bag that comes from that energy. So I'd be like, oh, but damn, you gotta give up a lot for that big bag. I don't want the big bag, but I want a bag, but not the big bag. It's fine. I don't want the big bag. I just want a bag. You feel me? Have a good day.